Mic check, mic check.
Robot. Johnny Five's brother. Remember when we learned about Johnny Five?
Hey, it's Tony and Chelsea live, 5 o'clock every Thursday, New York City time. We're looking at your pictures, going over the latest photo news, and looking at portfolios because this is brought to you by Squarespace.
Squarespace is great. Squarespace is good. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, online store, or photography portfolio. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. You can try Squarespace at squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code PORTFOLIO to get 10% off. 10% off. We like our Squarespace. We don't get paid when you sign up for one, but it lets them know we're doing a good job plugging our little hearts out, and then they keep, helping us do the show.
Yeah, it just makes your pictures look awesome. It's better than like 500 pics or Facebook or Twitter. It's not a social network. It just is for showing your pictures and making you look awesome. Today, we're looking at Star Trail pictures. Star Trails. Really hard to do. Takes hopefully multiple 30-second exposures stacked together, or maybe one really long exposure. And
minimal
you get
light
this
pollution,
awesome effect as the Earth spins around.
and time and patience.
Yeah, no moon is ideal. No clouds. If there's one floaty cloud that goes through the sky, it's going to ruin your whole thing.
Stupid floaty cloud.
I hope you guys have been out there trying to take Star Trails pictures. We were
haven't.
off last week, so you had 2 weeks, which is why I gave you this really hard challenge. Star Trails are tough. And then making them interesting, making it not look like every other Star Trail picture requires finding something for the foreground, lining it up really carefully. So let's get started next week.
Did we tell them spin is the password?
Oh, right.
The password is
spin.
spin.
Go to sdp.io/submit to send us their picture, and it'll prompt you for a password, which your macro picture's ready.
Get your macro.
It means close up.
It means not just
Real
close
close up.
but taking something small and then representing it larger than it is in life. I Googled it, just to be precise.
Cool.
Thank you. I thought so.
There are 2 ways you can communicate with us during this live show. You can go on Twitter and use hashtag TCLive, or we're going to try this. If you want to share your pictures with other people watching the live show, go to Instagram and use hashtag TCLive. You can go to Instagram and search for TCLive and see other pictures that people are tossing up.
Maybe they already did it.
Yeah, good idea. Maybe we'll pull it up throughout the show and see if people are sending anything in. Siobhan is not currently on the line,
Her computer
but she is looking at your comments, and she will read them through us. She's out in Philly. And Justin, say hi to everybody. Justin's madly switching cameras and going through your Twitter comments and trying to make this MacGyvered together set of technology we have to do a live broadcast actually work.
He's also drinking limoncello.
Yes. Limoncello.
Oh, awesome.
Nice stuff.
What are you drinking?
A ginger whiskey. A whiskey ginger.
Oh, that sounds great.
Who taught you that drink? I forget.
Eldine.
Eldine.
No. Somebody.
Somebody who's not Eldine. I just have my regular Dogfish head. If you're looking at people's Star Trails pictures today and you want to learn how to do your own, go to sdp.io/trails. That just links to our Star Trails tutorial. And if you're mad because Star Trails mean that the Earth is flat, here's a video that might help you out.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're doing this.
I'm just trying to head it off because the flat earthers are going to be coming in here super mad because we're looking at Star Trails pictures and nobody's talking about how the Earth is flat.
Let's just not. Hey, that's your Photoshop book. You've got 2 more chapters ready to release.
Yeah, I just released chapter 5, so it's up to 155 pages now. So if you pre-ordered, you can go to that link, sdp.io/psowner, and get the latest version. We keep turning out. There's 8 hours of video too. It's only $10. It's already a huge bargain, but we're going to keep working and make this the best Photoshop book ever made. There's not a lot of photo news this week, but I did get a new smartphone. And I think a smartphone is like one of the most important tools a photographer has. Not only does it have a pretty good camera in it, but you can get video clips with it. And it's also your gateway to various social networking with your photos. So most of the time you can connect your phone to your camera and then you can share it on Instagram and Twitter. And for a lot of photographers, that's a really key part of their career is social networking.
Yeah.
So you kind of keep up with that, use it to take notes. I have an app for model releases, so smartphones are important. This new S7 is sweet, It's the Edge, and it feels great. It looks just absolutely stunningly beautiful.
I had to turn off my Periscope app because it drains your battery.
Oh, it's still running?
So fast.
Yeah.
So the T6 is coming out.
Yeah, Canon just announced this. It's not out yet, but this is their entry-level DSLR. And so with the lens, it's $550, which is a really good deal for an interchangeable lens camera that is infinitely upgradable just about and can take great pictures. It is a very basic camera. It doesn't have any extra buttons or dials, really. It doesn't have a tilty screen or a touch screen, but this new version does have Wi-Fi. It promises to have pretty good image quality. And I think it's probably the right camera for most people who want a real camera. It feels like a real camera. It's nice and sturdy. You can put just about any lens on it that you want. So we'll probably give it a review in the context of a comparison of entry-level cameras. Compare it against the Nikon and Sony entry-level cameras.
I'd like to compare it to like a mirrorless as well. Yeah,
we would definitely have to include other mirrorless cameras in the $500 range. Kind of figure out what's the best value for everybody wants the first camera. I also wanted to point people to Northrop.photo because we haven't gotten our reviews of the Sony G Master lenses or the new Alpha 6300, our video reviews posted yet, but I do have the written blog reviews, so you have sample pictures, and basically all of our conclusions are there. So head to Northrop.photo and you'll see those blog posts, and our video reviews should be out in the upcoming week. And also at Northrop.photo, Susan Bowman wrote another great blog for us. Sarah Bowman, sorry, wrote another great blog post for us about editing portraits.
Yeah.
Check that out while you're there.
It's actually 10 tips to improve your portraits. And there are some really good ones in there.
Let's take a look at pictures. I'm sure some people have sent some in. No, I don't have any pictures.
Well, because Siobhan's computer is down.
Oh man, our screener. Okay, I will just go directly in. How about this?
Her computer down?
Because.
Just terrible timing, huh?
Such is life. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm checking Instagram to see if there's anyone on there. My name is Chelsea. Little underdash thing. What's that called? M dash?
Underscore?
Or N dash? And then Northrop.
Okay, here's our first Star Trails picture. And I love this right away. It's a super wide angle lens because that's kind of what you want. It's 8 millimeters, which is the equivalent of like 12 millimeters on a full frame lens. So extremely, extremely wide angle. And they found something interesting in the foreground, but it wasn't completely overpowering this tower. Now, if you look at these lines, it's really interesting that the way that they're kind of curved up here and then curved down here, and you kind of see the straight lines in the middle. This is probably, the North Pole or the South Pole, and this is going towards the other pole. Just the way the stars are constantly moving through our sky. Of course, it's the Earth that's rotating. The stars are relatively motionless, but that's the way that they kind of appear when you do this long exposure. The metadata is telling us 30 seconds, but certainly this is must be an hour-long exposure. The way I recommend doing it is to take multiple 30-second exposures, like 120 30-second exposures, and then stacking them together, and that gives you much less ambient noise, ambient light, like light coming off the horizon kind of thing. So that's how they have very dark skies. What do you think of the picture, Chelsea?
I like it. I like how the lines are intersecting, the lines of the tower with the lines of the stars. The exposure is great. It's not underexposed, which is usually a problem with night photography. And then I like the contrasting colors, the white, the red, and the blue. It's nice.
Yeah, and the sky is blue. Most of the time, out of the camera, it comes out orange. Yeah. So they fix the color. I'm giving them a pick.
Oh.
I also say it can be really hard to figure out exactly where the stars are going to rotate around because, of course, you can't see it with your eye. You just see dots with your eye. You don't see long streaks unless you're tripping, maybe. But if you can find the tail of the Little Dipper, that's the North Star. And for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you just need a compass pretty much.
This is crazy.
And yeah, these are shorter star trails, which means Nick didn't keep taking exposures for as long. I don't have the metadata, unfortunately, for this, but maybe it's more like 20 minutes.
What is this?
It seems to be like a gun from Optimus Prime, maybe.
It's still cool. And the sky isn't
Yeah,
blue on this one, but it's purple, which is interesting.
Yeah, interesting colors, good foreground subject, and it's a real challenge to get these kind of long exposures.
Oh, this one's pretty. It looks like a bunch of shooting stars.
Yeah, I haven't never done this technique, but there's a technique that sort of creates that comet effect where the trails are kind of fatter at one end than on the other. And you can see, because they're not forming a circle, they'll form a circle if you're facing north or south. If you're facing east or west, you'll get these streaks, these lines. So they're facing east or west towards this beautiful lighthouse. I'm giving this one a pick too.
Yeah.
You can see for a night photo, it would be a good night photo anyway. But those stars in the sky really make it compelling.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Great shot.
Wow. But not star trails, but star picture.
Yeah, Kyle even says, sorry, it's not star trails.
Well, he said that it's been raining there, so.
Oh.
But it's still very beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Whoa.
Wow. That is really dense.
How many?
Wow.
How many stars do you have there?
Yeah, I don't know. They've done some sort of magical processing on this. I don't know how that is, but it's cool looking. It's just weird because all the stars are like, they have square tips on them. What do you think that could be?
Square star.
I don't know. That's cool.
Wow.
It says Hartford. I wonder if they're in Hartford, Connecticut.
Our neighbors.
Yeah, this turned out good. Now, they
included some of the house, but I would have liked to see a little more. Maybe just the top windows, just to give it a bit more context. Oh, they got some skips.
Right. For other people struggling with this, I get this question all the time. What do I do about the gaps? Now, what happens is your camera might run out of batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Batteries are a real problem because it's cold outside and that kills your batteries, and also the shutters are staying open constantly. And when I've tried to do it, especially with my Sony camera, the batteries run out way faster than you can possibly imagine. So you have to notice that the battery's running out and try to swap the battery out real quick. But while you're doing that, the camera's not capturing light, so you're going to get these gaps. You can get like an AC adapter that will replace your battery and then hook it up to like a big battery pack, something like that. Or if your camera charges via USB, you can hook it up to a USB charger that can help extend the battery life. But my usual suggestion is to find your longest segment without any breaks and just delete everything else. So I haven't found a good way to fill gaps. There's apps that say they do it, but I haven't found that they work very well. So like, here's his longest gap, as long as unbroken trail. I'd probably just delete the rest of this. And I know it's heartbreaking to throw away, 2 hours of photos. But if you want to get rid of the gaps, it seems to be the best way to do it. Good job.
Is it considered like poor form to have the gaps, or is it just a personal thing that irks people?
Yeah, I guess that's it, because it's not that bad, right?
No,
Well,
I think it's amazing.
I didn't really notice it, but I think I don't know.
You're right. I guess I wouldn't have noticed it, but people always ask me, how do I get rid of the gap?
Yeah.
So you're right. It's not a big deal.
No.
It might look better with
This
it.
one's really interesting.
Yeah, that is. He worked a selfie into there, lighting himself up with his cell phone. Yeah, beautiful shot. And the fact that you brought yourself in there,
Yeah,
get you a pic, sir.
I like that.
Nicely done.
Ooh, a black and white one. Maya, this is excellent, Maya. I
That
love the
is
leading
great.
line of the road, and then this circular part is right between the mountains. This is beautiful. I'm gonna give this one a pick.
Yeah, and Maya, I'd be curious if you used one really long exposure or if you stacked the images, because the sky itself is so bright. It's not really black, and that makes me think that maybe you did one long exposure instead of stacking it. If you stack it, you'll get a darker sky and brighter stars, relatively brighter stars.
This one's dark.
Yeah, this is a really
Whoa.
cool foreground subject. It did need to be brightened, but I'm going to give that one a pick because the foreground subject is so cool, and you actually properly composed the North Star in there.
But this can't be real, the foreground, right?
Oh, you don't think it's real? Why?
Well,
Because
how-
it's so in focus? I think it's real because look how it's shining through. The stars are shining through the glass.
Weird. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think they did a great job.
And look how dark it was before.
Yeah, it is good to you can see it's just much more impactful, brighter. You almost always have to brighten star trails photos. You're going to be up at a high ISO. Like use the fastest lens you have. Like a 24 f1.4 is kind of ideal.
Yeah.
But even then, you'll probably be at ISO 1600. And if you don't have a really fast lens, you might be at ISO 6400. It's going to be noisy. Great shot.
This one's cool.
Oh, I love that. A little bit of storytelling in it.
I like that one too.
Yeah. So clearly it's a couple of images blended together because he didn't stand there for, the 30 minutes that they had the shutter open.
Yeah.
But that's fine too. You can even do that with just light painting and even get it in just one exposure. But it turned out really nice. Nicely done. So here's
Pew.
a Star Trails photo with a more telephoto lens, and you kind of get a different effect. So this is an equivalent of 50 millimeters, and you can see it's just much tighter. You don't see as many of the stars. For the most part, most people are happiest with the shots that
It
are
looks
really
like
wide.
lasers. Like there's a laser fight on some tree-inhabited planet.
Yeah, and I think you again did brighten it up some.
I like the bright.
You almost always have to brighten it up.
How?
I love the bear guy.
Okay. Oh, he's my friend.
Yeah, he's our friend.
P for bear guy.
This, I don't even know what to say. Our video is on the photo, and his photo is on a computer, but he's worked it like a selfie into it.
I know, he's brilliant.
All right, you sir get a pick for that.
I know.
What's all the paper you think? Is it looks like his bills?
No, he's on a crime show. There's some red string.
Yeah, he needs to bring the red string in. Wow, I'm giving this one a pick too. This is fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like
What
the
is this?
saturation on this. You kind of made the colors surreal, and the placement of the North Star in the picture is perfect. It really helps the composition that is kind of off center like that.
It's neat.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh.
raise the exposure a little bit. This is
Whoa.
just almost haunting.
Almost.
It's almost monochromatic, but it looks just fantastic.
Let's do a little bit of this action.
Yeah, so Chelsea's adding a gradient filter in there, which lets her raise the exposure of just part of the picture, but just blend it in there.
What's happening?
And if you're interested, we have a Lightroom book that'll teach you how to do things like that. It is weird that the foreground is so monochromatic, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just get a wash of like heavily colored lights that just steal all the color from the subjects. But very cool shot. Oh, it's actually a ghost town. I see that from the file name. I'm giving that one a pick too. You found a great location for this.
Cool.
Yeah, a really compelling shot. Oh, I like that you're bringing some of the colors out. I almost want to either like bring the colors out or go black and white.
I'm gonna give this 5 stars. Siobhan, you're back.
Hey, Siobhan.
Oh, she's broken.
Yeah,
You're
We're
not
working
quite-
through some technical
You're back
difficulties.
for me.
You might also notice that the frame rate's a little choppy. It's something we're working to fix. We hope to have it fixed by next week.
New computer.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. They got a
upgrade some stuff.
mashup going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not playing
That
around.
is, well, I can't help but think about the scenario physically that would cause this to happen to the sky.
What do you mean?
That would cause part of the stars to be spinning and part of them to be still. I
They
guess.
didn't do that in processing?
What? Oh, Siobhan's processing the pictures. Yeah, they definitely did it in processing.
Oh, I guess I don't understand your question.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. Anyway, it was a good picture. It disappeared on us. Oh, there it is.
Holy moly, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, don't you almost want to compose it a little bit differently?
Did someone title that Big Pancake in the Sky? Oh, I see. We've got a pancake fan.
That's actually who you pray to every Sunday. The big pancake in the sky.
Some people have the flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
I have the big pancake in the sky.
Greg,
That's cool. It looks like the 80s is about to eat that building.
the 80s.
The 80s anus.
What?
What? Let's just keep going.
Yeah,
I love that picture.
I'm sorry about that, Greg. Blame Chelsea. I had nothing to do with that.
No. He wouldn't blame me.
I know what's happening. Siobhan's currently processing, sorting through the
Siobhan's
pictures.
gone again. I mean, she's so touching.
I just have her on audio, which seems
That's
to
cool.
kind of be okay.
Okay.
Okay, this picture turned out good. Building a foreground subject in there can definitely make the picture overall more compelling. I'm just going to re-import some pictures.
Yeah.
Siobhan is on audio. Siobhan, do you have any questions
She
or
is.
comments
She
for
should
us?
be. 1 sec. Let me just unmute her. You're on the air, Siobhan.
Yeah, I had a couple from earlier in the show. I obviously haven't been on to catch many, but
Catch many butt?
what? Chelsea, no.
Gotcha.
Oh man. Okay, what do you guys think about composite star trail images, like making a star trail picture and then putting an interesting subject in the foreground from a separate picture?
I think that's fine if it looks good.
I think it's a lie, and those people should be punished.
I think it's hard to pull off. Tony thinks you should be punished. So there you go. You get a little bit of everything when you come to the show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess at some point you're just compositing everything, right? You could just, I don't know.
Who cares?
It's one of those things where it's kind of the part of the challenge. Astrophotography is like that because none of us are going to outdo NASA, for God's sakes. Like, they've got the best pictures. So if you were just going to fake it.
I want to make a t-shirt of that quote. None of us are going to outdo NASA, for God's sake.
I don't have that accent. I'm not even from that part of the country. It doesn't make any
I wish
sense.
you did. I wish you did. Wait, we didn't ask Siobhan anything else.
Do you have any other questions? Audio, Siobhan?
Audio Siobhan.
Sure.
Shivbot.
I'm still the same Siobhan.
No.
Oh, okay. Finn says, sorry, no photo this week. The weather wasn't on my side. Did you see any cool birds down in the bayou?
Yes. We were in Miami, and the birds were crazy. You would just be driving down the side of the road, and you'd see egrets and herons, and
That's true.
Toby caught
You saw a Toby.
a falcon.
We saw a wild Toby. He saw a peregrine falcon.
Yeah, but they had a lot of birds that we just don't get frequently up here or at all.
I saw the
was
most
cool.
beautiful seagull.
That we get. But you're right, we did see more beautiful seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll come back to you, Siobhan. And you look so
ready.
nice today. We'll have to cut over to the video at least a little bit. People are gonna. She got all ready. Don't you feel bad not putting her on camera?
Yeah, she looks nice. I feel like if they watched the pre-show, they would have seen her. She's on Periscope.
Tune in to Chelsea's Twitter and Periscope, and you can watch a pre-show.
It's so much fun. You get to see me hold my camera, my phone in front of my face and talk about nothing. All right, this is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, this is, I think, my favorite shot of the night. It's just gorgeous, right? Look at that. A beautiful rule of thirds composition on the horizon. I love the way the moon is rising and reflecting off the
I just want
water.
to see what's in there. Oh, yeah. Is this in Maine?
Lake Superior.
That's not in Maine.
Um,
Oh, are you still?
yeah, I guess I was just pondering whether it was a comp. Now they've got me thinking. Now, we do see some speckles in the sky, and actually those speckles are moving. That's weird. I was going to say that's usually noise, but those speckles, I don't know why some speckles are short.
They got you. Stumped. Okay.
Another great shot again, per my request. They worked something into the foreground, which makes it so much more interesting. And it is a beautiful, isolated tree.
Yeah.
So this has got, let me just,
What's wrong? Are you okay?
well, it's just this picture is clearly taken over the course of like an hour or so because of the length of the star trails. And the tree, however, is motionless. And if you take a picture of a tree and grasses like this, they're going to be just completely blurred
Wait,
after an hour.
then why did you think that the flying bird was real?
Well, I thought the flying bird was like a metal part of the post.
No, that was, I think, an actual flying bird.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I was thinking, how could they get the bird with a long exposure?
Oh, I thought it was a decoration.
Or maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it was a decoration.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. And you know what? Maybe it's best that way.
So I think we decided that you have to be punished. I don't know.
No,
I think it's a beautiful
I think
picture.
this is just a very still. It's very still.
But I don't know why I'm just investigating this picture. Sometimes it gets to be a detective-y thing because the star trails do continue behind
I think it's
the
for real.
tree, which would be really difficult.
I
Maybe it
feel
was
like-
just a really, really still night.
I think now you don't trust anything because somebody brought up that it could be fake.
Yeah, you're right. I'm second guessing. It could have been just a really still night. I've
I
never
think it
had
was
a
a
night
still
be
night.
that still. I always see my trees move around. This is awesome. They're on a volcano, and
Oh.
you can see like a walking
Is
path
this one
going
fake?
up. We'll never know. It actually could have just been like them like trying to adjust the foreground.
Oh.
I don't know, like separating the foreground and background. But
this?
I think you're probably right. I think
They're on a volcano?
it's probably
Well, that's cool anyway.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, this guy's plugging. He's plugging in his watermark. What are you starting here? Okay. I like this effect.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been quiet. I've just been kind of pondering it. Yeah.
It's just really thick clouds, right?
I don't know things.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out because I think that this bottom part is really dark and yellow compared to the rest of the picture. What is
Cool
happening?
shot. Yeah, I'm trying to explain some things that seem unusual to me, like the way it's kind of harshly ending at the bottom rather than sort of more fading into the horizon, and I'm wondering if it was just comped together. And if it is, that's fine. I won't punish you. But it's just in my head I'm trying to understand the phenomenon that would come about to create the picture. So that's why I'm being quiet, because my brain is processing.
This has been hard for you.
Yeah.
This has been hard for you.
Good shot. Thank you for sending it in, Joshua.
That's not right at all.
No, but we are short on pictures this week because it's a hard topic.
I do
so.
like his little face. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is really gorgeous. Kind of a
is gorgeous.
HDR-ish foreground and Radcliffe.
Oxford? Camera Oxford?
Yeah. I'll give that one a pick. It's the white balance can be really difficult. It's a
Yeah.
little bit yellow. But it's always difficult with night photography, and it's a great subject.
It's hard to balance the two.
Yeah.
But it looks nice. That's nice, but that's not right.
A lot of gaps in here, almost on a regular basis, as if they had to. Sometimes you get dew on your lens, and you have to stop and wipe the lens down.
That's not right.
But again, not everybody minds the gaps. And in fact, if you know Morse code, you could read a special secret code embedded in this one. I can read Morse code. I'm just going to let you guys figure it out on your own.
I can't read.
Yeah. it's a good one. I got farther down and you put a little joke in there. Getting real nerdy this week.
This is cool. Where are you at?
These are
They're
the
in the
Abbey
Abbey.
ruins.
Okay, I'm going to give you 5 stars.
Nicely done. I'm sorry I didn't have any particular suggestion. You did it. You did good. Star trails are almost always better the longer you can go.
This person got everything.
Yeah, it is cool, and it's a fisheye lens, so you see that kind of distortion of the towers, but it's a surreal experience anyway with the star trails. Mm-hmm. And in fact, it almost makes the horizon curve around the circle, and it ends up being really cool. I do agree. You want that snow to be nice and bright and white, but it's a cool picture, a mixture of natural and modern. I give it a pick. It's a great spot, and God bless you for going out there and spending 45 minutes or whatever out in the cold, because I can see it's very cold. It sucks. I've tried to do that too. That's the best time to get pictures. That glow on the horizon is cool,
beautiful.
isn't it? So here's another more telephoto photo of a star trail. Yeah.
Cool. I like the colors. This is also,
Were you just making laser sounds?
yeah.
Okay. I look forward to the next telephoto shot and the laser sounds that will go along with it.
This one's neat.
Yeah, and here they clearly were deliberate about aligning the North Star or the South Pole, whatever, with this tower. And nicely done. I appreciate that. It's difficult to compose around star trails, but important.
I like this fancy rock.
Yeah, it almost seems like prehistoric.
Cool.
Yeah,
This
great
one's
shot, nice
interesting.
angles. You got good colors out of it.
Yeah.
Turned out
I
really
like
good.
that a lot. That's it. Siobhan, do you have any questions for
import
us?
some more.
She's gone.
He might have to
She's here.
unmute her.
No,
I'm
no,
here.
it's good.
Hey, Siobhan.
Hi, guys. Okay, let's see.
I hate that I can't see your face.
I hate that you can't see my face too.
It's nice. I'd rather see it.
What is the best lens for star trails?
For any type of astrophotography, you want something wide and fast. So,
Nothing.
what's funny?
Nothing.
Did you finally get that Morse code joke?
Yeah.
My favorite lens right now, we don't have it, but I think it'll be great. The Sigma 20mm f1.4 seems absolutely ideal for astrophotography because it's a little bit wider than 24mm, but it's really fast at the same time. It's also really expensive. A less expensive alternative is the Rokinon Rokinon 24mm f1.4. Not quite as wide, but still nice and fast. They also make a 14mm f2.8, which is what you want for the super wide shots, but you'll be working at a higher ISO.
Let's take some star trail pictures.
Okay.
Siobhan, what else do you have for us? Do you know?
Someone asked, why are the star trails in front of the clouds?
Well, I don't know what they're talking about anymore.
Fronts of the clouds.
It's the Earth is flat.
Oh no.
I give up. No, it's just because they're not in front of the clouds, but they will
glowing.
shine through the clouds, and
Because clouds are weak.
the cloud is moving constantly. So it's almost like a double exposure. Like the star will have passed through the area where the cloud is going to be, and then the cloud comes through and exposes itself. So you see them kind of stacked on top of each other.
That was a good question.
The stars
actually.
wouldn't be normally visible through the cloud to your eye, but they weren't there at the same time. The shutter was just open the whole time.
Siobhan, do you have anything else?
Can you just put your camera on a timed exposure and stick it on a turntable?
No.
There you go. I mean, that would definitely make everything around it appear in circles. So,
But
I mean,
not
you
just the
couldn't put anything
stars.
in the foreground. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
all be. I guess if you just wanted to make lights that appeared in circles, you could do that. Sure.
You'd also have to get it perfectly centered, or else it'd be off.
Let's take a look at a Squarespace portfolio. This is Focused Wisconsin Photography. He just sent it in so we could take a look at it. We try to review a couple of portfolios every week. Let's look at his portraits. I like the name of his portfolio because it lets you know that he's
In Wisconsin.
in Wisconsin. Tells you a little bit about it. So it looks like he's got some kind of family portraits going on here, and they seem legit and pro, like their expressions. You got to watch the backgrounds there. Got a car in there. But these backgrounds are really nice. Like that house is just perfectly blurred, and the lighting is really nice on their faces. I like to move the subjects away from the wall a little bit. This one's really pretty. A nice blend of, looks like a flash and ambient light. Great silhouette. Let's take a look at his travel photos. His or her? I'm not sure yet. In fact, let's find out. Mike. Okay. Mike's travel photos. Beautiful. These look great.
Look at that guy.
You got an awesome boat, some street art, the natural world,
I
animals
like the one
and
of the
birds.
masks. Okay. These are great. I would lead with these. I think his wildlife pictures are my favorite. Whoa, look at that one. Yeah, this is your. This
Yeah,
is his
that's
strength.
adorable.
Though it seems like he might be trying to sell his services, and I guess it's more difficult to sell your wildlife photography. But dang, man, you're really good at that.
Yeah. Now you do have your rates here. If you are trying to have people buy your services, I would just add a page that says prices. Make it really clear to people. That'll let people know that you're a professional. And on the price page, also let them know exactly how they can contact you. Have a contact form all on that same page. You could just add it, just call it prices.
I want to make a suggestion too.
Yeah.
That you show a picture of yourself that shows your eyes, because this is going to sound silly, and I don't know if you'll agree, but when you have the dark glasses on and you can't see your eyes, there's some separation. I don't feel like I'm connecting with you, and I don't feel like I'm fully seeing you. So if I'm going to hire somebody and I want to see their face, then I just want to see them as they are and probably smiling. So it'd be nice to have a more friendly picture of you, just to connect you to your future client.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but you're right, that photo doesn't read like
It's
that.
a bit unapproachable, right?
And I do think it's a great idea to include your military background.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to work with people from the military.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and just I would be a little more brief there. Just say
Sports.
you're hired. You can be hired for portrait photography. Here's your rates. These are great sport
Yeah,
shots too.
great sport shots.
Yeah.
I love that one. With the sport shots, not so much on the hockey ones, but once you get into the basketball and the football shots, they tend to just blend together because they don't have borders and all the colors and backgrounds kind of stay the same. So I might actually just change the layout if the sports pictures are a top priority for you.
Yeah, or even organize them differently just so that the edges of the pictures have more contrast.
Yeah, maybe
the
like hockey then basketball,
football.
then yeah, that's a good idea too.
Well, let's see what Mike had to say about working with Squarespace. He says, Squarespace is easy, intuitive, and glossy. Fun to work with. If you want your own awesome Squarespace portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony. That'll get you a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. And then if you decide you like it, you can make all your pictures look awesome. You can make logos and stuff all for free. If you decide you like it and you want to stick with it, use the coupon code portfolio and that'll get you 10% off.
10%.
That just lets them know that you heard about it from us. So we appreciate the ongoing support that keeps them making the show go. Oh.
I want to do an experiment.
Okay, what's your experiment?
Who out there has ASMR? We're going to find out.
Do you make yourself freak out when you do that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So many people have no idea what I'm talking about. Chit chat. It's a part of the show and we don't understand why we do
I
it.
understand it just fine.
Edwin Guzman said, Tony, where did you get the poster in the back of the camera schematic? I want it. Etsy? And just search for camera patent poster and you'll get, this will pop up. I think that's the exact one that we have, right? Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how you found it. Oh. Good work.
That's
That's a
where
cool
I saw
poster.
them, was on Etsy. And then Shyla said, I love Cowboy. He is my favorite. We love Cowboy too.
Yeah, Cowboy's pretty cool. There's Cowboy. There's Cowboy. I just feel like looking at Cowboy some more.
See how cute he is?
Yeah.
He's like, wow, wow, cookies, walk, wee.
He's a weird dog. He's a good boy, though.
This guy's comment made me laugh out loud. You don't know what a pole filter is needed for and tell us why cams don't it? OMG, you have qualified for first place not knowing. He owned you, Tony. But I got
Thank
you
you,
this first
Dr.
place
Play.
ribbon.
Squarespace ribbon.
And that's a picture of you from when you won.
Sexiest geek alive. You're going to make me say it.
Yep. That's it. That's all I came out with.
That's true. I won an actual pageant at some point in my life. Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, you
Sorry, everybody wearing headphones.
you just upset the entire ASMR community.
I'm the opposite. You lure them in, and then I just wreck their day.
We should go back to Siobhan and see what she has going on, because sometimes she has questions, and sometimes she has feelings.
All right, you get Siobhan on the horn. That might take a second.
I'm just drawing it
I'll
out
look
so
at
she
this
has
awesome
time
picture.
to find something.
Okay,
I never have feelings. Let's get that straight.
Oh,
You have several feelings: hungry,
Angry,
angry,
angry.
hangry.
Those are my feelings.
I like those.
I would try to just keep you hungry if those are my options.
Yeah, but then
Eric shouldn't feed you anymore.
Be hangry.
Oh, hangry's an option too?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
There's no winning with
Feeling
her.
number 3. Okay, questions. Heading to Costa Rica in 9 days. Any thoughts on star trails at 10 degrees in latitude?
You should check out our
And
book.
grass.
It's called Star Trails in 10 Degrees in Latitude. It's on Amazon. I think you're really going to benefit.
I don't know how things are different from the equator.
Well, one thing that's different is that if you go out at night and it was hot, sometimes your lens can get like condensation on it, and it's very humid too, so the pictures might not be as clear.
But if you're looking at the
I'm not
North
sure.
Star, is it really close to the horizon necessarily? I guess it
Just
must be
check out my
closer,
book.
right? Sorry, I don't know. But whenever I don't know, I end up going on for a really long time.
Yeah.
So I brightened up the shot.
Wait,
You want to go back to Siobhan? You got any other
Oh my
questions for
gosh.
us?
Siobhan, do we have any people in our audience with ASMR? No. Yes?
Yes. Yes. Can you
Yes?
hear me? Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who is it?
Someone was talking about their wife doing a massage thing that gives them ASMR, and I asked if that was a sex thing, and he did not like that question.
It's not a sex thing. You stop it. That's an insult to the ASMR community.
Chelsea, why don't you
All right,
tell
all
everybody
right.
what ASMR is?
I don't even know what it is. I thought everybody had it until I was listening to NPR one day and they did the story on autosensory meridian response, I think it's called. And some people have these triggers. So if they hear a whisper or tapping or like mouth clicking or accents, there's all the crinkling for a lot of people. You get this intense tingle on your head and down your back, and then your whole body gets relaxed. It's almost like Frisian. If you hear a really good song and you get a bunch of like goosebumps, it's kind of like that, except it's all over your head. They don't know what it is. They're trying to study it. Some people don't think it's real. It's definitely real, but there are these really weird videos online where people pretend to check your eyes. They're like, "Hi, I'm gonna give you an eye exam." I watch those just because I heard of them, but I'm not like into that. But I know about it. Yep, that's ASMR. And I was testing our audience. We have one, at least. Tony, what are you doing?
I'm looking at Instagram pictures with hashtag TC Live.
That's so many.
Yeah, I think there might be a band that also uses hashtag TC Live because hashtags are just this weird and wild world.
That's a picture of me.
That's a picture of you.
That's a picture of Kyle.
That's Kyle with the poster that he sent me.
Are these people famous?
Yeah, but seem famous. Yeah, so that's not.
Oh, this is
anything to do with us.
TuneCore.
Oh, TuneCore. Give us back TC Live.
TuneCore. Look, my friend.
Bear guy.
We just followed.
Yeah, that's okay. You're right. I should follow all these people. You should follow me back too.
I'm going to follow them too. This is the following.
I don't think this has to do with me. No, they're the true MCs, but I'm following you now.
Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. Uh-oh, that person's watching us
this
through a
is-
wine glass. That's the way it should be done.
All right, I'm following you. I don't know if that has anything to do with me.
No, remember we did that guy's portfolio?
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, we did. Justin remembers.
Okay, so you can use hashtag TC Live on Instagram, and other people watching the show can see it too. This one's awesome. There's more Chelsea. Okay. Well, let's take a look at a portfolio while we're at it. Let's take a look at one more portfolio. Wandering the numinous wilds. Justin, what does numinous mean?
I'm not familiar with that word, unfortunately.
Failed, Justin.
I trusted him.
You say you have the best vocabulary in the world.
Having a strong religious or spiritual quality.
Oh, okay. You correct. You got me. You knew. Beautiful shot. Really gorgeous shot. But it seems like it's...
Wow.
Oh, it just took a while to load. Gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Really pretty. I love the colors in this
Wow.
one. Great poses.
I know that lady.
Oof. Oh man, that's another
What
bird of
is
some kind.
this?
What did he... Is that a chicken?
I think it's a chicken, yeah.
Oh, somebody's mad.
We have something in common.
You both eat chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful
That's
sky in
beautiful.
this.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that was a great portrait.
These
I
are
really like the intensity of
excellent.
it. There's a lot of variety in here. There's no
Mhm.
chance that anybody's going to get bored. Beautiful
I'm not bored.
lights. Nice detailed moon. So, oh, that's gorgeous.
These are great pictures.
Yeah, I do think we can suggest a little bit of paring down. Like you already have a great moonshot with this. And so the detailed picture of the moon is impressive, but not so much in the context of a portfolio, I think, because we've already seen the great moonshot. This shot was one of my favorites. I'd put that right up at the front. And let me see. This was also one of my favorites. I love that portrait. A lot of diversity in there. And this shot too. So you might just pair a few of these out. And let's see. What do we have in the gallery? Okay, so you have a portfolio, and then for people who want to dig deeper, you have a second gallery where they can kind of pick a topic and dig into your works in that particular topic. That's a good way to structure it. If you can't narrow it down to just like 10 to 15, I know that can be hard. Check your blog just to make sure it's up to date. It is up to date, and he's got baby goats, Chels. Oh my goodness. That's adorable.
I like them.
Uh,
They always jump on each other.
Oh, but there's no picture of you. We always like to see a picture of somebody, not just us, but anybody who's going to your site will want to see what you're like. So be brave. Put up a picture of yourself. Thanks for sending your portfolio in. We had a couple of suggestions for you. Overall, I like the layout. I would suggest paring it down a little bit. Here's what they had to say. Caroline had to say about Squarespace. Caroline got sick of dealing with WordPress and third-party plugins. WordPress is a different way to host your websites, and it says it's free, but you will spend hundreds of dollars in plugins, and then you deal with all this complexity where things there's an update, and then it breaks all of your website, and then there's security vulnerabilities, and somebody hacks into your site. I know, because we host a WordPress website, because we have to, and it's a pain. You don't need to do that for your portfolio. That's why we don't use WordPress for our portfolios. Caroline wanted to spend time blogging and making photos, not wasting time trying to make a functioning website. So Caroline went to Squarespace. Tony and Chelsea won't review your portfolio unless it's a Squarespace one. Not a deal breaker, but an important consideration. That's a good point. We only have time to review Squarespace
Well,
portfolios now.
we used to review other portfolios.
Yeah, but
it was mostly just nitpicking the design.
yeah, we would run into problems where the website would be really slow and it would say Wix at the bottom or something.
Or like the pictures wouldn't be working properly, or the background would be of something crazy that could look like it was from the 70s or something.
Yeah, like your 90s MySpace page.
Now we get to just look at the pictures and how they're arranged and things like that. So
Thanks, Caroline, for sending in your portfolio.
Caroline should work for Squarespace.
If you want your own portfolio to look as awesome as Caroline's, go to squarespace.com/Tony. And after your 14-day free trial, you can use coupon code portfolio for 10% off. Thanks for sending in. Let's look at this picture finally. We went through it earlier. I brightened it up a little bit.
Oh.
I think it's just beautiful.
I'm looking for Caroline on Instagram. I want her to be my friend. Sorry, go ahead. She's cool.
Yeah, you could probably do that after we're out.
No.
After we're not on
I'm
TV
committed
anymore.
right now.
I'm dropping the black point here just to add a little more contrast to the sky. It looks like maybe a cloud passed through, and or maybe it's just some ambient light, and that can be a challenge. It's going to reduce the amount of contrast you get in the sky. Still ended up looking really good, and you're at that like super wide angle, 16 millimeters, about as wide as you can go. Now, the longer you stay out there, the more distinct the star trails are going to be. So if you stayed out 5 times longer, it would definitely be stronger. I also want to point out, like, look what happens to the tree over time. Like, this is the way most trees actually look. That's why I was baffled by that other picture, because the tree was amazingly still. So I think I know what happened here. If you can see that it became a dotted line.
This isn't Morse code?
No. This would just be like oh or something. I don't know. Morse code.
So it's some kind of sexual Morse code.
What happened here is there's a setting in your camera for long exposure noise reduction. And if you have that turned on, your camera will take a long exposure and then capture a dark frame where the shutter's closed in order to help cancel out noise. You don't want that. If you do that, then the camera's going to expose for 30 seconds and then turn off for 30 seconds. Oh. So turn that off, and then you'll get the unbroken line. I'm glad that happened, because that's an important tip. Beautiful set of star trails. It's almost an abstract picture, but it looks really nice. We usually like to see something in the foreground, but that's the way it's almost perfectly symmetrical is actually really pretty.
Yeah, it's nice. I would put inspirational text over this.
Yeah, like the Earth is flat.
Uh-oh.
What happened? It was big and then it got small.
It's so tiny.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why your picture is so low res, but
very small.
Zooming in, it turned out to be just beautiful. We saw it.
There's something there for sure.
Yeah. Well, we can toss it back to Siobhan, and
but when you tell Siobhan a question, you have to lead in a long way so she has time to scramble and find a question.
You're such a pro at this.
There's gonna be an awkward pause, and I'm not about that life.
But you don't like me hemming and hawing?
No.
Oh, man. Chelsea, if you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be, pancakes or bacon?
Can you live off just pancake? You certainly can't live off just bacon.
You probably wouldn't live long with bacon.
I guess pancakes.
Live off just pancakes.
Oh, wait,
you can
what
add
kind?
things to it.
Yeah, can you add things? Because I could make really nutritional pancakes.
Yeah, like salad pancakes.
Well, is that the one you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with pancake.
I don't think it mattered that much, really. Put a lot of thought into that.
Of nutritional instead of nutritious.
Yeah. Who else? What else?
You want them?
Yeah, go for it.
Just keep going.
All right. Where'd you get them drink glasses? They look fab.
Well, the mug is from the internet and the glass is from Pier 1. And if you wait till it's on clearance, it's like $1. And if you don't wait, it's like $7. So wait.
Yeah. Pier 1's expensive.
Until you go to the clearance section.
But I think festive glasses are important. That's something I've always taken pride in, is having appropriate glasses.
This is probably one of the most important things that you'll learn from our channel. You need a chilled glass with ice with a proper thick straw. And that's going to change your life.
Yeah, I don't want to see you drinking a nice beverage out of that free glass that you got for 20 Phillips at the Citgo. No. Go to Pier 1 and get their clearance $1 glasses. The glasses that every other yuppie has rejected. Those are better than those Citgo glasses.
The one that looks like it's an oil slick.
Yeah. It's weird to drink like beer or something in them, though.
No way.
Yeah, the color.
Just live your life. No. What else, Siobhan? Do you have any other questions lined up and ready?
I've got a bunch.
Okay, hit
Go
us.
for it.
Chelsea, how does it feel dating a high-end model?
Who are you dating? I should know about this.
It feels good. What are they talking about?
I don't know. It seems like somebody just outed you.
Tony being sexiest geek.
It feels really good. He was also Boston's most eligible bachelor at one point. So I guess I land myself a good one. I just had to trick him. That's all.
You know how People Magazine has the most eligible bachelors? Mm-hmm. They interviewed me for that.
And then you got rejected?
And then I didn't make the list. They actually went through the process of getting the photo and getting my bio and everything, and then the magazine comes out and I didn't make it.
But you were in People Magazine.
I was, but not for being the most eligible bachelor. I was.
So they were like, tell me more, and then they're like, yeah, you really aren't a great bachelor. You would disappoint many a woman. I like that.
Almost.
But you're my People Magazine reject, honey. I'll always love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What else?
Anything else, Siobhan?
Yes, subject related. Any recommendations for airplanes blinking through your star trails?
Airplanes are a problem.
Yeah. Have you seen The Village? M. Night Shyamalan movie? That's what you should do. You should reroute the airplanes to go through different airspace.
Okay. It's just a simple task. If you love photography, you'll make it happen.
If you really want to get rid of them, you can go into Lightroom and find those photos where the plane flies through and then individually Photoshop them out before stacking the pictures. But that
seems like more reasonable advice than the other thing.
I mean, I think either are equally doable.
You could move to a no-fly zone. Is DC a no-fly zone? Or is that just for small?
Yeah, I don't know. I bet there's still airplanes, like military planes. Anyway, yeah, it's one of the biggest challenges, and actually we haven't seen that many. Like this picture here, it doesn't seem to have any, which is remarkable because I always have half a dozen, and I always get mad about it. And sometimes I have the patience to go in and remove them, but I usually don't. But yeah, you can pretty much just clone them out if you're patient enough.
What else? I got that in real quick before you just went on.
Asked if you would serenade them, Chelsea.
Some say love is like a river. Isn't it weird that that's the first song that came to mind? Like real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Do you know that Matt
weird.
Granger and I, we are on WhatsApp and we sing to each other every single day. And we're both terrible at
Told
it.
us before the show started, and I want in on that.
So I'll wake up and there will be a voice message from Matt and he'll be like, he'll just sing something crazy. Like he'll be like, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon. And then I'll send him something.
Except he
back.
never knows the words.
No, but he's really good at improvising. So he'll like say something crazy. And then he also knew all of Ice Ice Baby somehow and sang that to me.
It's just now hitting Australia.
He's really
it's
funny.
It's a big deal there.
He's a self-titled confident singer.
Yeah.
He doesn't say he's a good singer. He says he's a confident singer.
Confident karaoke.
He's my favorite singer. I would play it now, but I don't have his permission. I feel like that violates our singing game.
I know.
Siobhan,
I so want to share those tracks.
Siobhan, you want to get in on the singing? I'll sing to you every day. I will sing to you every morning.
I do feel like there should be some group. Maybe Snapchat would be good for that. Maybe Matt should just start singing on Snapchat.
Last night,
maybe he likes to keep it private.
Over dinner, he sang a personalized Taylor Swift song to Madeline, and Madeline was like crying, laughing. Because he was singing Trouble, but he didn't know the song, but he knew it was Taylor Swift and it was Trouble, so he just sang about troubles Taylor Swift might be having.
Maybe we've already revealed too much about Matt's personal life. Maybe he doesn't even want people to know.
You know what? It's funny because before I really knew him well, I saw his videos, and he is so funny in person.
Yeah, Matt's hilarious.
He's really, really funny.
Yeah, the conversation never stops. He's great.
Yeah, he's great. I like him a lot. Siobhan, do you have anything else before we go on to this beautiful picture with the great signature at the bottom?
Yeah, sure. What are the video cameras you currently shoot with, and why did you switch from your previous model?
In the studio, we have Blackmagic cameras, and we switched.
Blackmagic Studio cameras.
Yeah, Blackmagic Studio cameras, and we switched from the what were they?
GH2.
I can show you why if you like. Right there. That's why. Really.
Well, the weird thing is we got them.
The camera Justin just switched to was our last remaining GH2. Everything else is a Blackmagic Studio camera. And I know why they're asking, because they complain about the Moiré, and we still haven't perfected the color. But that's because the previous cameras didn't give us any options for things like color, and you couldn't focus them remotely. So these are proper studio cameras.
Yeah, they're hard.
And they really make our life much easier. But yeah, we're still kind of adjusting the color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have the option to adjust the color, which we didn't have before, at least not in a good way. But now it's like infinitely adjustable. So we're kind of always making little tweaks. We'll get there eventually.
It looks great always on our monitor. Like right now I look kind of gray, but then you look orange. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And then by the time it gets to YouTube, it's different still. It goes through some sort of processing, and who knows? It's tough.
We don't know. We try to improve, and sometimes it fails.
Well, let's look at a couple more pictures, and then we'll get out of here. This picture is great. It's got an artificial light, which is really illuminating these trees, but they managed to balance that well with the star trails. And I actually don't know how they got the clouds to be that clear, because usually the clouds are moving a little bit and they end up just like big smears.
Maybe
But it
it's
turned out
a
nice.
it's a comp.
I didn't want to suggest that.
Oh, you've changed so much even over the course of the show.
What could that be? That one bright thing. Maybe that's a planet or something. So they did this in one exposure rather than stacking exposures, and you can see it's a 6-minute exposure, so the star trails are pretty short. I suggest taking 30-second exposures and then stacking them in star stacks. Chapter 10
Star stacks.
in Stunning Digital Photography tells you more about it. You'll just get a cleaner image.
Did people know that we had a book?
I don't think we've mentioned it.
Oh, we should talk about that.
This is a beautiful picture, not star trails, but very nice. This actually is star trails, and what a beautiful foreground they have. Now, so you're at 16 millimeters on APS-C, so you're at 24 millimeters, and you can see here 24 millimeters not quite
Oh my
tight
God,
enough.
this is insane.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Holy
I
shamoly.
just want you to get something wider.
Let's
Get like
take
a
this.
fisheye lens, like a 10 millimeter
Oh my
lens.
gosh, this is gorgeous. Where do you live?
Yeah, we do want to bring the exposure up on that foreground. It is really
Yeah, let's
pretty.
bring the exposure up, and then we can always just bring it down a little on the snow. You will probably want to be more neat than me. This is just classic dodging and burning. This is an old light. This is an old darkroom trick. It's not cheating. No one's-
Yeah, if Ansel Adams did it, it's not cheating. He
he
pretty much set
cheated
the
on his
rules.
wife.
What?
That's not true.
Oh my God, that's terrible, Chelsea.
Sorry.
It's like TMZ all of a sudden.
I followed him. Look at this footage. You said if Ansel Adams does it, it's not cheating. Okay. I don't know. But this is great. Let's look at the before and after.
Big difference with the processing. That really helped out a lot. Yeah, don't be afraid to brighten up your night photos.
That's teamwork, folks.
Yeah, nicely done.
Why does this say... Oh, Star Trail. I'm going to give that a
Wow.
pick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give
you're
that
right.
5
I'm gonna-
stars.
Yeah, you beat me to it. The star trails could have been longer, but the foreground is just
The
a beautiful
foreground
scene.
has blown them up.
And these are some long star trails.
Whoa.
They must have been going on for hours.
This almost looks unsafe. Unsettling.
Yeah, it's making me dizzy. And this is the effect you get at 14 millimeters. So you can see with a super wide angle, you really got a lot in there.
What if the sky actually looked like that? Sorry.
The foreground itself, not as compelling. You might find a different spot for it, but the star trails themselves, really, really powerful. Nicely done. They got that. I just recommended that lens, the 14 millimeter f2.8.
Oh my
It's perfect
gosh.
for that kind of thing. Here, the stars, we could have used a darker night. But I understand they're in an urban environment, which I'm guessing because of all the planes moving through. But you stayed out there for a long time. You did get some gaps in there, like you might have to turn off the long exposure noise reduction or something. There seems to be a gap.
This plane
Consistent
just
series of gaps.
went up and then
Yeah, what happened to it?
I'm worried. We should call somebody. I like it.
I wonder what that was.
Is it the same person or does everybody just live near a castle?
These look like clouds moving through the sky to me.
Look at that foreground. That's nice. Too bad it's so dark. Let's try this thing.
Yeah, it is. We kind of clipped the bottom of the castle. It would be nice if it was pointed downward a little bit.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, nicely done.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Should we take another question before we end this whole thing?
Yeah, let's see if Siobhan has anything good for us. Why don't you do some
Like
ASMR
that.
stuff? Molly?
Okay. Have you used the live comp mode on the OMD cameras for star trails?
No.
Do you think a Nikon D750 and a 24 to 120 f4 could manage a wedding shoot?
Yeah, it definitely could.
No.
What else? Gear questions. I have an NX1 and I'm thinking about switching to the A6300. What do you think? I'll be doing 4K music video, etc.
Sure.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that I found any like super compelling reason to switch. But maybe you have some other reason. I don't
They
know.
said an NX1? So they'd be like
Yeah.
changing their lenses and everything?
Yeah, but
Yeah, and the video quality would be like a hair better, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like, it's not going to rock your world. Or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
it's not going to rock your world or anything.
It would be better. No. There you go.
What else, Siobhan?
The guy who submitted that volcano pic said it was 240 images, and the last one was of the foreground light painted with a flashlight.
Ah, nicely done. That's the same way my light painting picture of Seaside was made. It was all blended with star stacks, but the whoa, I didn't know I could do that. But the foreground picture was a single. And
still back on. Okay.
related, Siobhan.
God, no, I don't. We're done. Am I off the hook?
Yeah, you're off the hook. Can I
letting me change cameras
Can I-
or anything.
can I practice my ASMR career on you guys?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, please.
Okay, we got. Thank you for joining us. We're here every Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Next week, we're looking at macro photos. Thank you to our sponsor, Squarespace. If you want your own awesome portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony. Get a 14-day free trial if you decide to
So
sign
you're
up.
back.
Use the coupon code portfolio. Hopefully, you guys got that full plug. Anyway, we'll see you next Thursday. Macro photos. No technical problems next week.
That's not true.
Bye, guys.
Siobhan,
Yeah.
the show is over.
That
but
is
could you
all.
ask me questions anyway?
Why would you want that? They're all